What's going on, guys? Aaron Goldstein here. And in this video, I'm going to answer your questions. I'm going to answer the questions that you asked me. I sent you guys an email a few days ago, and I said, hey, I want to know what you want me to make videos on. I want to know what I can do to best help you out. I sent that to my community of people that are on my email list. And you guys sent me back a ton of emails, and I'm very appreciative that you took the time to email me and respond and tell me what I could do to help you out. Because obviously, if I'm going to send you content, if I'm going to send you training, if I'm going to send you videos anyway, I might as well make it as helpful as I can. I might as well tailor the training as specifically as I can to you guys. So when you guys watch the videos, like you're watching this video right now, or go through some of the training I have, it benefits you directly so you see the results that you want as quickly as possible, which is probably getting massively wealthy in a very short period of time. That's kind of what I'm about. That's kind of what I teach people. If you're looking to make $20,000 a year and have a job working 60 hours a week, you probably don't follow me. You probably go get a job and you push carts somewhere for the rest of your life, and that's that. There's nothing wrong with pushing carts. I push carts at Walmart, but if you're pushing carts at Walmart and you've been doing it for 10 years, well, it's fucking time to make a change. So with that said, I got this list of questions. And you guys emailed me a lot of questions. So what I did is I went through each of them exactly like I said. I read each of them fully. And then a lot of them were kind of in categories. So I chunked them together in different categories. So I wasn't answering pretty much the same question 10 different ways. So the first question I got is the top 5 businesses that are great to get started to make incredible income. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a broad answer, and then I'm going to give you a short, and then I'm going to give you a more specific answer. Because whenever I used to ask questions, people would always give me broad answers. I'm like, just fucking give me the direct thing. I want to know the answer, not the big answer. But I got to give you the big answer first. So the broad answer is, if you look at all the billionaires, so just go Google like the top 400 richest people in the world, or the top billionaires. You'll see people that made money and all sorts of things. You'll see people like Donald Trump that made money in real estate. You'll see people that made money in the fashion industry. You'll see people that made money in the manufacturing industry. You'll see people that got rich on the internet. You'll see people like Mark Zuckerberg, who started Facebook. You'll see people like the guy that started Amazon. He's I don't want to say a gazillion billionaire, but I think he's worth like it's either 55 or 65 billion dollars. So you'll see people from all specs from all different industries. So I can't really say do one industry. But what we can do is we can look at those people and look at the commonalities that those people have. Then there's also people, like I was reading the story about a guy, he had 2 chickens, and he got eggs from the chickens, and then he got more chickens and more chickens and more chickens. And he got to the point to where he was his chicken business was producing, it was something like 2 million eggs a day from all these chickens, and then he sold that business. So you can make money doing pretty much anything, and you don't really have to get smart or have a lot of capital, right? It doesn't take too much. You don't have to have too much smartness to get 2 chickens, sell the eggs, and then take the money you get from the eggs and then put it back into your chicken business, then get more chickens. Or I don't really know how the chicken business works. Maybe you can take the eggs and make chickens from those eggs. I'm not sure if I think you can. I'm not sure of how the eggs get laid. It goes. I don't really know how that works. It doesn't really matter. The point is, you can get rich doing anything. Now let me give you some specific things you can do to get rich. Some specific industries. The first one is real estate. Real estate's a great way to get rich. Why is that? Because people need a place to live. That's one of the kind of the core basic needs. And what was it? Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Having a place to live is kind of in there, guys. That's kind of how that works. People care more about having a place to live than they do about fashion, or they do about driving around in fancy cars. So because of that, everyone's basic thing is, hey, look, I need a place to live before I go out there and spend money on shoes, right? Or before I go out there and charter a plane. Now, the other thing is there's people in this world that have a little bit of money all the way up to a lot of money. So you can also start an industry that only tailors to like really rich people and still make a lot of money because you can charge a whole lot per product or service you're offering to someone that's really rich. Look at people, they have businesses where people charter planes. And all that means is you have a private plane and you rent it out to someone that's rich. Well, if you have a private plane or a business with private planes and you rent it out to rich people, you don't have to get too many clients to make a lot of money because those people are paying you a lot of money. So that's the first thing is real estate. The second thing is manufacturing. If you can obviously get into manufacturing and start a manufacturing business, you can make a lot of money. Weight loss is a big industry because it ties to status. People are motivated by status. What is going to raise my status? And being healthy, looking good for other people, looking good for men and women, ties to status. When I go to the gym, guys, I like to work out and I got my arms pumped, and obviously I work on my arms more than I do my legs because you can see my arms, even though it's not what I'm supposed to do, but who gives a fuck? That's what I like to do. And when I'm there and my arms look big, I'm like, I'm the man, right? And if I'm at the gym and I'm the biggest guy there, which obviously doesn't happen all the time, but if I'm there and there's only 20 people there and I might have the biggest arms that day because I'm working on that arm day, I'm like, I kind of feel like the man. And I feel that, so when I'm walking through the gym and there's guys there and there's girls there, I kind of feel like the shit, all right? So that's health. Then there's also fashion. People want to look good for other people. Girls, they want to look good for girls and guys. So that's why girls go out there and they buy shoes. They buy clothes. That's why us guys go out there and we buy clothes. A lot of the money we spend is based on things that we feel are going to raise our status. And a lot of that's fashion. So if you can get in the fashion business, that's good too. Another business is something that I think is really good is finding a way to make money online. Because when you can make money online, you can use automated tools and it's very easy to get rich. Because, think about it. You could start a fashion store and you could start like a store at the mall and you could expand that. And I know people that have done that. I know someone that started the holidays came around and he started a little kiosk in the mall. Remember, guys, I owned a kiosk. So there's this other guy. He started the kiosk at the mall and he had calendars. There's cat calendars and dog calendars and specific calendars. And he grew that business, and in a few years he had, I forget if it was hundreds and hundreds or thousands and thousands of locations. He's doing pretty good. I mean, he's got a Bugatti, so he's making some money if he owns a Bugatti, right? His business is doing pretty good. So you can make money with that, but I like the idea. I think the easiest way, or I don't think, but the easiest way to make money quickly is doing something online. Because online, you can get started with pretty much no money down. You can get started right away and you can get started risk-free. That's why you guys may have seen me recently promoting magnetic dropshipping, the eBay product. Making money on eBay is very easy to do. It requires no money upfront to get started. It's very little risk and you only need literally an hour a day. So because of that, some people if you're working a job and you're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week, you might not have, it might take you a while to get started. It might be too risky for you to just stop what you're doing and open up a kiosk. When I opened up a kiosk, I had another business that was doing 6 figures, and that business was automated. I was only working a couple hours a week on that one business, so I had the time and I had the resources to start the kiosk business. I put $7,000 of my money into the kiosk business. Some people, they're not in that position to do that. Some people, they don't want to put out $7,000. So, starting online is a great way. And that leads me to the next question. How to get wealthy? This guy asked, how to get wealthy without advanced degrees or impossible tasks. So I say to that, I'm always thinking about the end result. A lot of people, what they do is they start down a path of something, and they don't think, if I actually reach this goal, am I going to like the end result? So a lot of people out there, they go out there, and they get a degree, and they spend 4, 6, 8 years in school, putting up tens of thousands of dollars to go in debt that you have to pay. It doesn't even go away if you file for bankruptcy. And then they get a job in an industry they've never even really tried out, and they realize, fuck, after a couple years working at this job, I don't really like the job, it's kind of a fucking drag, and I fucking went 50, 60, 100,000 fucking dollars in debt, and I'm at this job I don't like, and I'm working 50, 60 hours a week. So, I think if you don't, I'd steer away from a degree, unless like you absolutely love. If you're like, Aaron, fuck, I just want to, I'm just so passionate about being a nurse, and I just want to be a nurse, right? And there's nothing I would rather do than be a nurse. Now, as long as you're not saying that because you're lying to yourself, because people around you have said, hey, you should be a nurse, or you like the idea of the sense of security, whether it's real or not, that you get of the idea of being a nurse. As long as that's not the case and you really want to be a nurse, then go to school. Be a nurse. But if you be a nurse, just remember, if you're a nurse, you're going to be working, 40-ish hours a week. Nurses a lot of times work 12-hour shifts. So if you're okay working multiple 12-hour shifts every week for the next, 40 years, which is what you would need to do if you become a nurse, then go be a nurse. If you don't like that idea, then we might want to think about taking other actions. So to answer that question, it would be to start a business. And it would also be to answer the first question. You look at all the billionaires out there, right? Look at the list of the top 400 richest people in the world. You're not going to see people that say, server at a restaurant. You're not going to even see people that say, a CEO of a company. It's going to be people that start businesses. Go look at those people. Excuse me, guys, they started business. One of the people in there is the guy that started Amway, not the Amway distributors. All right, yeah, I've checked. There's never been an Amway distributor that's in the list of the top 400 richest people in the world. But there's the guy that started Amway. There's the owner. Go look at Walmart. The CEO of Walmart, shit ton of money. He's never been in that list. The owners of Walmart, all right, they are on that list because they started a business. If you want to get rich, you want to start a business. And then, of course, the benefit of that is you have time. You can make a lot of money, and you don't have to be working 50 to 60 hours a week, because when you start a business right, you use people and programs to automate the business so it grows without you having to be there, and you make a lot of money with doing very little, if not no work. So I had someone else, they tell me the best way to get rich. I had someone say they're 30 years old and they want to know what to do to get wealthy because they don't have a lot of time. It'd be to start a business, and it'd be to start a business online because you don't need a lot of time to do that. And it doesn't have to be eBay. There's lots of other businesses out there, but you got to do some research and make sure that you're doing something that's going to be there. I also want something that's long term. Obviously eBay's been around for over 10 years. eBay's not going anywhere. Everybody's heard of eBay, and as more and more people come online, the only thing that's going to happen is they're going to go to eBay and buy more stuff. Real estate's not going anywhere. Merchandising, fashion's not going anywhere. People are always going to want fashion. Weight loss, being healthy. People are always going to want to be healthy. People are going to want to be healthy now. 100 years from now, people are going to want to be wealthy. People are going to want to lose weight. People are going to want to get in better shape. People are going to want to get bigger muscles. Maybe not if you're a girl, but if you're a guy, there's going to be a high demand for getting bigger muscles. So you want to find an industry that's going to stay there because you want something stable, because you want to do something and make sure that it's there for a while, right? I mean, I don't think you want to spend time and make the sacrifices to learn something new, get really rich with it, and then, a few years from now, that industry's not there anymore, and you have to start over from scratch. But that all goes down to making sure that before you start the journey, you are confident knowing that what you're good doing, as long as you get the end result, is something you're going to be happy with, and that something... I lost my train of thought there, guys. It's something you're going to be happy with when you get the end result, and it's going to be there. Let's see. If I were to start all over, what would I do? So if I were to start all over, this is what I would do. I would move faster. And I moved pretty fucking fast. And as I went through more self-improvement, I continuously sped up and moved even faster. but I would move even faster. So I would not be, I was even when I was moving pretty fast, I was going to the movies about twice a month. Which, look, if I'm fucking grinding my ass off and I'm going to the movies a couple times a month, that's still not bad. I'm being very productive. But I wouldn't even do that, because the kind of lifestyle you can live once you are rich, the freedom, the peace of mind you have, the stress-free living, when you don't have to wake up and go to a job that you don't want, when you have lots of money to support yourself and your family. If I know people out there, and they have moms or dads or relatives that are struggling that they've lived with. And and I'm not saying you have to take care of it, anyone, right? It's your money, you can do what you want. But I know people out there and they're like, yeah, my mom raised me. She did good, but she lost her job and she's struggling right now. When you can get rich and you have the money to give your mom a good quality of life, to where your mom doesn't have to go to bed worrying about money, worrying about bills, worrying about if she's going to get kicked out from where she lives because she doesn't have the money. When you can take care of all that, it's an amazing feeling. There's nothing better knowing that you created something for yourself on your own, and you will be able to use the money that you created from that to take care of the ones closest to you. So I would get started. I'd get started right away, and I'd be fully fucking focused, and I'd move as fast as I fucking can. And if I had to get started over from scratch, if I wanted to get into a business to where, I would find a mentor or a blueprint as fast as possible. So as you guys know, the first business I started where I made over $100,000 a year was promoting. And I stumbled upon a mentor it was maybe a year, maybe half a year. And I didn't really, I kind of had an idea because I was learning, but I didn't know the stuff I knew now. If I were to get started from scratch, the first day I'd say, all right, I need to find someone that's the best in the industry right now, that's killing it, that's making a lot of money, and fucking attach myself to them. Become part of who they are, fucking glue myself to them. So that's what I would do. So I'd be very strategic about that. I got a buddy of mine, and he makes over $1 million a year, and he's younger than me. So, I'm like, fuck, I need to get my shit together. He's a couple years younger than me. He makes over $1 million a year, and to be honest, he's making over $1 million a year. He's making multiple $1 million a year. And he does something in a completely different industry, completely different niche. But if I wanted to get started in that, if I had to start over from nothing, and I knew that he was in this business and I wanted to get in that business, I would fucking stalk the shit out of him. I would say, look, I'll do whatever you want me to do. I'll come over, I'll drive you around, I'll clean, I know you have employees, so hire me to do something, and I would pick his brain and figure out what he's doing. And then on top of that, I would get programs that taught it as well, because I want to get the end result as fast as possible. I want to expedite the process as quickly as I can. So, if you get a mentor, guys, you got to make sure that the mentor is going to teach you everything. Some mentors, they'll teach you stuff, but they'll purposely not teach you things because they don't want you to know everything. That's why I'm such a big fan of blueprints and programs, especially ones that you can buy, because you're getting everything. Everything's laid out for you. You're getting the secrets, and it's an easy-to-follow format. If you look at the programs I have, they're all easy-to-follow, laid-out formats from start to finish. They give you everything. So if you're fucking like me and you want results right away, you can go through that shit. You can learn real quickly. And if you do that, then you start making money very quickly because you got the right information and you're taking the right actions. If you get a mentor, and again, there are very good mentors out there. I have them now and I've had them. But if you get a mentor and they don't teach you everything on purpose, you're going to go out there and you're going to take actions and you're not going to get the end result because you're not taking the full action, or there's something being left out. That's why I'm such a big, believer of blueprints. So let's see. What do I think about most often? I think about success and winning. I think about success and winning and money. It's all I think about. It's all I talk about. That's what I'm about. And when I'm with people, like when I'm with my family, they think I'm kind of weird, but they've accepted it. And that's pretty much it, guys. I would tell you, if I were to do something, the one thing I would do differently is I would be completely fine with the fact I would go after what I want in life. And that's what I do now. But before, there were certain things I wanted in life, but I didn't express it, or I thought maybe it was bad, or I was like, I don't know if I should talk about that because I don't know if I should go about doing that. So I'd be hanging out with my family and I wouldn't talk about how I'm greedy or how I like money or how I want to get uber duper rich because that's not something really people talk about. Now that I'm open about that, now that I talk about that, now that that's what I'm about and I openly go for what I want, I feel really good. A lot of people, I think, they have desires for things, but they keep them inside and they don't express it or go after it because they think it's bad, or maybe they think they're not going to achieve the goal, or maybe they think that it's just not something. It's something that they're gonna get looked down upon, and that maybe people will look down on you. But fuck them. I fully express what I want. I fully express the desires that I have. I fully express everything that I want, and because of that, I feel really good. I used to be depressed, guys. To be honest, I used to think about committing suicide. I don't anymore because I don't hold anything back. I have desires and I fully go for them and I express them. So there's no internal battle going on inside me. It's like, this is who I am and I go after what I want. And now that I'm getting the things that I want in life, I feel really good because it's like, this is really what I want. And I'm going after it and I'm getting the end result. And guess what? That makes me fucking happy. So I think you should do that as well. And if there's going to be people that, they're going to be, to be honest, they're going to be intimidated that you're, going after what you want. Because lots of people, they're not going after what they want. And if you're going after what you want, then that kind of, that scares them. Because if you get what you want, and they don't get what they want, and you guys are kind of at the same level, that means there's something wrong with them. That means that they fucked up. That means that you are living a fuller life than they are, and people's egos can't accept that. So when you go after what you want in life, just know there's going to be some people that are going to be butting heads with you and say that, oh, you should slow down, right? I got a buddy of mine, and he's a very rare because he believes he can get rich. Anybody can get rich, guys, but very few people believe that they can get rich, especially when they're starting off from nothing. And I didn't believe I could get rich. I had to go through a lot of self-improvement. Now I know without a shadow of a doubt I can get everything I want in life. I could be president of the United States. I could get everything I want in life. And I fully know it and I know all I need to do to get anything I want in life is just take the right actions. I know how to motivate myself and all that. And of course, some of you guys know you'll learn that in the 51 Pillars of Wealth, right? I show you how to instantly motivate yourself, how to instantly have self-confidence. It's all laid out there for you. So my buddy already has that going for him. But he doesn't do the other piece. He's not disciplined enough. He doesn't do the actions, right? I see him on Facebook. He's out there. He's out there partying. He's at the restaurant. He is, he's doing this. He's going to the bar to drink. He's going to the movies. He doesn't spend any time grinding. And because he's not willing to make the sacrifices for, a few months or a year or even a few years, to have his life be a little out of balance in order to have a life of complete balance and complete freedom, he's going to be forever stuck in that trap because you have to make the sacrifice. So, I would tell you to, I forgot where I was going with that too, guys. I don't know what's going on. Usually I'm on top of my stuff. But what you want to do is you want to make that sacrifice. And you make the sacrifice for a little bit. You do the things other people aren't willing to do now so you can live the life others won't live. If you're working 50 hours a week and you spend 20 hours a week on a business, yeah, your life's going to be a little out of balance. But guess what? In a couple years or in a year, depending on what business and how quickly you move, you can quit your job where you're working 40 to 50 hours a week and just do the thing you're working 20 hours a week on. And when the thing you're spending 20 hours a week on is making more money than the thing that you were spending 50 hours a week on, you can now do more things and you have more time. And when you have money and you have time, you can live the perfect life. You can do the things you want to do. But it all starts with you making a sacrifice in the beginning to get your shit together, to grind out, to keep moving forward. To when everyone else is telling you to slow down, to keep going forward, right? My buddy, who knows that he can do stuff, he would say, hey, Aaron, slow down. Come to the movies. You're working too much. I would say, fuck no, dude. This is what I want to do. This is what I'm doing. I'm not going to hang out with you. I'm going to grind out. I'm not happy with where I am in life. And if I go hang out, if I go to the bar with you, That's not going to move me forward in life. That's going to move me back in life because I'm going to spend money on alcohol, which I should be spending on my business, which I really don't have anyway. I'm going to wake up tomorrow with a hangover. I'm not going to be able to get shit done tomorrow anyway, and then I've wasted a day and a half. I'm very aware of time, and I fucking move as fast as I fucking can. That's what I got for you guys. I am going to end this video now.